Hi, I'm Anthony Selm with MedicareEasyStreet.com, and in this video we're going to talk about Medicare supplements. What are they, how do they work, and how to get the best Medicare supplement plan for your money. Let's take a look. So if you don't remember or haven't seen my previous videos, it really starts with deciding how we're going to receive our benefits when we're first eligible for Medicare. And we have two options. Today we're going to look at specifically option one, and in that the Medicare supplement piece and how those plans are designed to fill the gaps with original Medicare, how they work, how to get the best plan, how to look for things that can save you money down the road on your Medicare supplement plan. So Medicare supplement, also referred to as Medigap. Some companies define them as Medigap, some companies use the term Medicare supplement, but it's all the same. These plans are designed right alongside Medicare. So when Medicare leaves, when Medicare pays its 80% and there's that 20% that's left over, these plans are designed to fill that gap. And some of the plans fill all that gap or most of it, but they're pretty robust in benefits. These plans have no doctor networks, so as long as the doctor accepts original Medicare, you can use that doctor anywhere nationwide. The companies cannot single you out for a rate increase, which means if you get sick, not like our car insurance where if we get a speeding ticket, they can raise our rates or even drop us. Medicare supplement cannot single you out for a rate increase. You're going to be put in with a group or a pool of people, and they're going to assess that rate increase based on that group as a whole. So you're not ever going to get singled out for that if you get sick. The benefits are standardized, and this is one very important thing we're going to look at here in just a moment. But just remember that the insurance companies don't set the benefits for Medicare supplements. The government does. So when we compare one company to another, we can really get an accurate comparison, an apples to apples comparison. With these plans, the claims process is very simple because, again, original Medicare is your primary, the supplement is your secondary. So once Medicare approves its 80% roughly, then the supplement's just going to fill that gap in automatically. There's not even anyone at the insurance company approving or denying claims. With Medicare, the coverage expands nationwide. So not only do you have access to any Medicare doctor, that expands outside of your state. So if you need to go to, the Mayo Clinic, Cleveland Clinic, or MD Anderson Cancer Treatment Center down in Texas, or Duke University in North Carolina, you can just make the appointment and go. As long as those doctors accept Medicare, the Medicare supplement is going to follow you anywhere you go, and that's the same with any company that you choose. Also, the coverage is guaranteed renewable, so not only can companies not single you out for a rate increase, they can never drop you. As long as you continue to pay the premiums, you can have the same Medicare supplement from the time you turn 65 until forever if you choose to. But you will get a rate increase. These plans aren't designed to be the same price forever. In most states, you're going to see an annual increase. And with a good company, maybe around 3%, 4%. But we'll show you how to look at that in more detail and how to find out what the company's history is before you jump into a plan. But there will be rate increases. So just think of it as something where as long as you stay healthy, you can shop these plans year after year and always keep the best price for your plan. Since we're talking about shopping for Medicare supplements, for those of you who are new to Medicare or going to be new to Medicare, there's one thing, and if you're taking away anything from this video, I want it to be this for you. It's that Medicare supplements don't have an open enrollment period every year or an annual enrollment period where you can change plans frequently in most states. Now, some states have certain rules about anniversary days or birthdays, but in most cases, you're going to have a one-time opportunity to shop for any Medicare supplement plan you want from any company for the first 6 months that you're new to Medicare, and that's your one-time open enrollment period. After that enrollment period is over with, then you're no longer able to just freely change from one company or one plan to another. You then would have to answer health questions, and companies can deny coverage based on the answers to those health questions. So if you're looking at Medicare supplement and you're getting ready to turn 65, just remember that it's not always an open door to get a Medicare supplement. It's not guaranteed, only but for the first 6 months in most states. But you want to start the process early anyways, so you can start shopping 3 to 4 months ahead of time. Most carriers will actually let you lock in a price for a Medicare supplement plan up to 6 months before your start date even. And just a couple notes there, if you're on Medicare or if you're on COBRA and you're getting ready to turn 65, then you need to talk to someone, because COBRA and small group, 19 employees or less, may end up getting you penalties down the road if you don't go ahead and get started with Medicare when you turn 65. So even though COBRA is just an extension of your group plan, you don't want to just keep that after you turn 65, because there could be some penalties involved. Same thing if you work for a small company with 19 employees or less, you may have penalties involved. So you want to talk to someone before you turn 65. Okay, so now we know what a Medicare supplement plan is, let's take a look at the different benefits that are available and choices that we have for the different supplement options. So I took this chart right here out of the government issued Medicare and You handbook, and it's really pretty simple when you see down the left hand side there the different benefits that are basically, those are the pieces where Medicare leaves off, and then under each plan letter you can see where those plans are designed to fill in the gap and how much of that gap do they pay. Now there's 10 plans here. We're not going to go into the detail on all of these plans. You can see the benefits, but really where most companies are going to be competing for your business are with the 3 highlighted plans. So we're just going to take our time here today and focus on these 3 plans. First, let's just look at Plan F. You can see that Plan F is the most comprehensive Medicare supplement plan because it's designed to fill all of the gaps that are left by original Medicare. It also makes Plan F the most expensive Medicare supplement plan out there in most cases, and usually not the best deal when we do a price comparison. Plan G, on the other hand, has one box different from Plan F, and that is for the Medicare Part B deductible. When we look at the difference in cost from Plan F to Plan G, in most states, the difference in cost more than makes up for the difference in that deductible. So when you're running rate comparisons between these two, or if you're comparing these two plans, figure up what the annual cost difference is, and usually it more than makes up for the deductible, or you having to pay the deductible with Plan G. After that, it's fully 100% coverage. So you think about it, once you've paid your Part B deductible, then after that you never have a doctor's copay or any fees for lab work or surgeries or hospital stays. Whatever happens, once you've paid the Part B deductible, you're done, and the supplement plan would pick up the rest. Then Plan N, which would be kind of like Plan G's little brother or sister, you pay the deductible. You also could pay a copayment of up to $20 for doctor's visits, up to $50 copayment for ER, but it also doesn't cover the Part B excess charges. So let's just take a second here to define what is a Part B excess charge. So with a doctor that accepts Medicare's payment in full, that's called Medicare assignment. And if a doctor accepts Medicare assignment, then he has to accept Medicare's payment as an in full payment and can't charge you or balance bill you any extra charges. Well, doctors also can choose to be a non-participating provider with Medicare, which means that they could charge up to 15% more than the Medicare assignment charge, and that's called a Part B excess charge. So if a doctor theoretically charges $100 for an office visit, but Medicare only allows, or Medicare's assignment is, say, $70, for example, then if you go to a non-participating provider and you had Medicare Supplement Plan N, then he could charge you 15% more than that $70 Medicare assignment. He can't charge you whatever he wants. It's only 15% over what Medicare would have allowed. You want to really make sure that you're comfortable with this. If you do a lot of traveling, or if you end up in an emergency situation, you may end up at a non-participating provider and end up with some excess charges that could be unexpected costs that you're not planning ahead for. But if you live in a state like here in Ohio, excess charges aren't allowed. If you don't expect to do much traveling outside of a state like Ohio where excess charges aren't allowed, then it's really not that much to worry about. Plan N usually costs a good amount less than Plan G, so when you run the rate comparisons there, you can see in your area if it's less expensive, how much more so, and is it worth the extra copays and potentially having to pay excess charges if you come across that down the road. Another thing to consider is the average rate increase on the plan. So when we look at, like I said before, Plan F usually not being the best value because of the annual cost difference, well, we need to take a look at what's the estimated rate increase each year, because every year that you get older, you're going to have those rate increases. So these are all things to look at. When we look at on a national average, Plan F's rate increases are around 9%. Versus Plan G or Plan N, usually the smarter option, being around 3%. And you can see the difference there in cost, estimated cost in the first year, the 5th year, the 10th year, and how much they grow further and further apart as time goes on. So getting in the wrong plan in the beginning can cost you a little bit more in the first few years, but it could end up costing you a ton more in the later years. So once you've decided which plan is going to be best for you, then you can start comparing the different companies. And that's actually the easy part if you have access to a broker who can get you rates from all the companies that are available in your zip code. And you'll see that they're going to have different prices. But, in this case, you can see this starting price on Plan G was $106. Another company charged $126. Another company charged $149. Another company charged $172. Another company charged $218. So what's the difference? Well, if you remember from before, the benefits are standardized. There is no difference other than price. And when you're shopping, make sure you get, the prices for all the companies in your area so you can see it in black and white who's got the best price. Now, once you've looked at the prices, you also want to take a look at what is the company's history? How many years have they been in your state? We'd like to see companies with at least 2 or 3 years of track record, preferably 5 years, to help us make a more confident choice, because we can't ever guarantee what's going to happen down the road. We can't predict the future, but having some past performance to go off of really gives us some more confidence when we're making that decision at age 65, because then you're with someone who at least has some track record. Hey, so I hope this helps you better understand how Medicare supplement plans work. If you're new to Medicare and are shopping for a Medicare supplement plan for the first time, or if you've already been on Medicare for a couple of years and already have a Medicare supplement plan and want to make sure that you're not overpaying for your plan, working with an independent broker can really save you a lot of time and headache, because we have the tools where we could just plug your zip code in and we can see all the companies that offer a Medicare supplement plan in your state, what their track record is, what the rate increase history is, and give you all this information so that you can know and have confidence in the decision that you're making about your supplemental coverage, and so that you can really just get the most Medicare supplement coverage for your dollar. So give us a call. We'd be happy to help, and thanks for watching.